Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Kara McKenna, and today I wanted to make a video about the things you should know before transferring to the University of Georgia. For those of you who don't know, I transferred to UGA this semester and I'm almost done and I've really learned a lot, and I think a video like this would have been really helpful to me whenever I was transferring, so I hope that I can help you guys out with any questions that you have. And throughout the video, if you have any questions, feel free to comment them down below and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. So let's jump right in and get started with number one. So I think the first and most important thing you need to know before transferring to UGA is how your classes will transfer over. And this is difficult because you won't know how your classes transfer over until you apply and you send in the transcript. However, UGA does have a transfer search equivalency site. So basically all you have to do is go on that website, look up your school, and if there's any classes from that school that were reported, they will show up. So you'll know, say if you took an English class and it's listed there, it'll show you how it transfers over as an English class here to UGA or how it's just going to be transfer credit. Depending on how these classes transfer over and if they fit into the core curriculum you need at UGA, you might be set behind a semester or even more. And I know that that's a really difficult concept to kind of wrap your head around, but I know that for the business college and journalism college, if you want to apply, first of all, you need to spend 4 semesters in both of those schools. And the application semester does not count. So I mean, you're running out of time. And if you don't have all the things you need in the core to apply, then you're gonna be behind. And that's a big thing to consider, because if you know that you can't afford to stay another semester, then you might have to come up with a backup option. Speaking of money, I think the second thing you need to know is that you should not expect any transfer scholarships. I know that whenever I came in, I was thinking, okay, maybe they'll give me like a little something. No, they did not. I don't believe they gave out any transfer scholarships. And that could be a little tough too. But I know that for Georgia residents, they get like the Hope Scholarship and I think like the Zell Miller Scholarship. So if you're a Georgia resident, you probably will be covered in some sort of way. But if you're an out-of-state student, I would not expect anything, which kind of stinks, but we're fine. We'll be fine. While I'm on the topic of out-of-state students, I would say that if you're transferring as an out-of-state student, you might have to take an extra class or two, because UGA has requirements for, I think, like the Georgia Constitution and Georgia history. So if you took I took like a politics 1010 class at my old school, and that was the requirement to fill here at UGA, but since I didn't take that class in Georgia, I have to do another class to make it count, because I don't know, we need to learn about Georgia. That stinks, but so that's just a thing to keep in mind. The fourth thing you need to know is that you're probably gonna end up taking a good amount of general eds, our favorite. Yeah, depending on what kind of classes you took at your last college, you might have to take a lot or just a few of those gen eds. I know everyone needs to take either some type of math, some type of English, and so on and so forth. And I'm not a big math person, so obviously I did take that at my last school, but since it's a requirement here, I have to take pre-calc. Good stuff. Not really. Number 5. I think it's really important to know whenever you're thinking about transferring that it really isn't that uncommon. It's a lot more common than you think. So I know that at least 1,500 kids transfer to UGA a semester. And when you think about it, that's a really good amount. And I don't think that you should be discouraged or anything. If you are thinking about transferring colleges in the first place, I really do believe that that's in your best interest to do what you want. And UGA is such a great school. And if you're really passionate about it, I would definitely suggest just applying, seeing if you get in, and definitely coming here if you do get in. The next thing I think you should know is that scheduling is pretty difficult. So whenever you're scheduling for your classes, there are so many different options. And a lot of the classes are at the same time, surprisingly. I mean, at least for what I want to do, I feel like all of my classes are at the same time. Now it depends on what kind of classes you want to take and all of that. But I wanted to take at least 3 classes this semester, and they all were at 12:45 to 1:30. And so I could only take one of those, of course, so I had to sacrifice 2 classes and find substitutions. But yeah, I would just say that scheduling is pretty stressful because, you know, whenever you're a transfer student, you pretty much get the last pick. So you won't have like that many options, but rest assured, you will get what you need. Just trust in the process. The next thing you need to know is that you should not count on UGA housing to get a dorm. Whenever I transferred here, whenever I got like the acceptance and everything, the first thing I said was, okay, where am I gonna live? And I thought that there would be like a good amount of dorms open just because, you know, people move out. But there were none. There were absolutely none whenever I was looking for somewhere to live, and that was not good because I have never been down here in this area and I didn't know where anything was, and I wanted to walk to campus because I don't have a car and I didn't know how the buses would be. So definitely don't count on getting a dorm or anything like that. But if you want to risk it, you could wait until, you know, like a month before, where they might say, okay, actually we have a few dorms open. And that's what happened to me. And I actually did get a dorm, although it's the furthest dorm from campus. It's like 3 miles away, but there is a bus. So, you know what? I would say just be aware of the living situation that you're going to get yourself into, and definitely do your research on apartments. Now to get in the more light stuff, I would say that if you're scared to transfer because you don't want to leave your friends and you're scared that you're not going to know anyone here and everything like that, don't be scared. I mean, it is scary at first whenever you don't know anyone, but I promise that you will make at least one friend or one person that you talk to every day. I know that for me, it was really hard at first because, you know, I did have such great friends at my last school, and I came here, you know, 12 hours away from my house, and I didn't know anyone. But I think that you just, you know, be yourself and definitely get involved on campus. And that's not hard to do because there are so many clubs. If you do join a club, if you really want to make friends in there, I would suggest trying out for a leadership position, because that way you can like meet a lot of other really motivated people and like kind of create a team. Like I know I joined a publication that I was a part of at my last school here. Now I'm going to be in charge of it next year, so that's really exciting. And I think that's all because I got involved. And I really highly suggest that you get involved on campus because it'll make things so much easier. Another thing to know about Gen Ed classes is that they will actually be difficult. I know that like Gen Eds, you know, you just want to do whatever, not even pay attention. But I know that here at UGA, they're pretty difficult. I mean, I'm taking so many. I think all I'm taking is Gen Eds this semester, and I don't consider any of them easy classes. But I mean, that's college. You can't really expect any class to be easy. Even the ones that are at the 1000 level, I would definitely say that just be ready to put in work and study. The professors won't really care if you find something hard. They're not gonna go easy on you or anything. The last thing I think you should definitely do is just research information and find out anything that you can. So whether it's talking to current students, whether it's reading articles about transfer life, whether it's calling the offices here at UGA. I mean, if you have any questions, I really do encourage you to call anyone in like UGA admissions, or if you have financial aid questions, just call the financial aid office. I know that whenever I was accepted as a transfer student, the first thing I did was call the financial aid office to just see if there's any way to like get my tuition down. And you know, I don't know anything about finance, so I just called them and I said, you know, I'm a student, I don't really know much about how to do all of this, so could you just help me out? And they're like, yeah, sure. So definitely don't be intimidated or anything like that. They are there to help you, so if you have any questions, really ask them because they're at the top of everything and they know what to do. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I really hope that you got something out of it. Again, if you have any questions, please comment them down below and I will answer you. I know how stressful this whole process is, and I know how difficult this decision is, so I am here to help you in any way I can. If you liked this video, make sure to subscribe to my channel for more. And if there's anything else you want to see, any other video, be going more in depth on any one particular topic, you know, just comment that down below and I will do it. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you next time.